Somebody said, but isn't being cold-hearted a form of protecting oneself? No. Being cold-hearted is literally you cutting off your heart. If you're going to be cold-hearted to protect yourself, what happens when you have people who are just as warm-hearted coming into your life? You're going to be too cold for them. You're not going to be able to show them love. You're not going to be able to reciprocate the warmth that they have because you decided to be cold-hearted, right? Being cold-hearted doesn't seem like protection. Being cold-hearted seems like fear. Because guess what? I'm over here reading this is why I don't be reading comments, because I'll be channeling, and the next thing you know, I start reading y'all comments. Like, anyways, so you have to understand that protecting yourself, like when you're cold-hearted, you're moving on if this happens, at least I'm okay, which is basically worst case scenario. You're like, I'm going to be cold-hearted. Worst case scenario, someone tries to play me, it don't affect me as much. But every time that you go worst case scenario, all you do is make it more real within you. All you do is make that situation even more real. You make it happen even more because you're anticipating it. You're anticipating it. You see, I made a TikTok before and I said, why do people only brace themselves for negativity? Why don't people brace themselves for positivity? Why do people always get prepared for the worst case scenario, but we never get prepared for the best case scenario? So what that means is that the worst case scenario is I'm going to make myself cold so that way if somebody tries to hurt me, I'm going to be protected, right? Protected, right? Best case scenario is I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to make myself a better lover. I'm going to open myself up. I'm going to be more vulnerable. I'm going to be able to speak about my feelings. I'm going to be able to do these things so that way when the right person comes in, I'm ready for them. You get what I'm saying? Do you see the difference? You see the difference? And what you have to understand is that when you start maneuvering in a healthy mindset, it's going to be easier for you to move away from the people who were going to hurt you or who are trying to hurt you. Because the more work that you do on yourself, prepare yourself for the good things, you put yourself in a vibration where the negative things can't even stand to be around you. You see, the problem is that people are not committing wholeheartedly to what they want. And this is why the things that they don't want keep coming in and trying to trick you. Now, what I mean by this is if you stay completely focused on what you want, if you say, I want a shoe that's blue, right? Listen to me, right? Just hear me out, right? If you're like, I want a shoe that's blue and nothing else, just a blue shoe. Like my shoe has to be blue with white soles, right? So every time you go into a shoe store and you got the salesman coming up being like, you want this, you want this, you want this, because you already know what you want, you're not going to allow other people to sell you short or to give you things that you would settle for, right? So when you tell him, no, I just want a shoe that's blue with white soles. Oh, but we only have red. Why don't you get red? Why don't you try red? But red doesn't align with you because that you told the universe that you wanted blue with white soles. Right? But the problem is that we allow outside reality to talk us out of what we want or to make us think that we have to settle for less or that what we want doesn't exist or that it's too much. What? So because I want a lot, you want to make me settle for a little. So what you do is they plant fear in your head to make you think that what you want, that is a lot, isn't really real. And that's when they make you settle for things. They're like, it's not that many people out there, baby. You gotta get what you can get. You don't want to die alone. I would rather be alone in my own company than in the presence of someone and wanting to be alone. You should rather be alone than to be with someone and wish you were alone. Period. Y'all miss me? Y'all miss me? I know I've been gone for a little bit, y'all. Y'all got to understand, man. This spiritual journey is not a job to me. And I will not let this feel like a job. This is healing for me. So you have to understand that there has to be times where you go into yourself. You go into yourself. You got to take time for yourself and go inside and be like, you know what? I'm not going to feel pressured by work. I'm not going to feel pressured by friends. I'm not going to feel pressured. I'm going to take the time that I need to get myself in alignment. Because the moment that you start to hang out with people when you're not in alignment, that's when you start to mess up relationships. That's when things start to go wrong. Also, everybody, my magnetism class is back open. My magnetism class is back open. So if you've been feeling like people are not listening to you, you've been feeling like people don't respect you, you've been feeling like people don't honor your presence, let me tell you why. Number one, and this is why you need to join my magnetism class. Number one, let me tell you something. Especially with all this intense energy going on, detach. I'm not telling you to detach from life. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you to be cold-hearted. Detachment and cold-hearted are two different things. You can feel hurt about something and still be detached. I want y'all to understand that. You can be emotional about something and still be detached, right? What that means is that somebody can be like, hey, I got to leave your life. And you're like, what? Really? And they're like, yeah, it's not going to work. What? Okay. I understand. I feel a type of way about it. It makes me emotional, but I get it. I don't want to hold you back. That is being emotional, but still being detached, right? The reason why a lot of y'all need to start being detached is because a lot of y'all are too attached to the things that are not good for you. So if you're able to be detached, you're able to look at things for truly what it is and see, is it actually benefiting you or hurting you? Because a lot of y'all are friends with people who you think is actually benefiting you, but they're actually taking so much from you. You know? Like you can't be too attached, man, because people change. You know, nothing belongs to you. You just using it. You just borrowing it. Just like this phone. Let's give an example, right? You said, let's talk about the phone, right? The phone belongs to you. You paid for the phone, right? But you don't even use the phone forever. After 2-3 years, the phone stops working. The phone doesn't do what it needs to do anymore. So what do you end up doing? You trade the phone in for something new. Think about it. When you rent an apartment, it don't belong to you. You live in it, you enjoy it, you experience it, and then when it's finished, you give it back and you get something new. But let me tell you something about detachment. What you got to understand is every time you let go of something better is right around the corner. Y'all need to write that down. I'm about to tweet that. Every time you let go of something, every time you show detachment to something, right? Something new and better is right around the corner. Every time something leaves your life or it ends, something new and better is around the corner. Period. That had to be said. Every time something leaves your life or it ends, something new and better is around the corner. Exactly. Excuse me. Exactly. And I don't know who needs to hear this. What's up, Clyde? And I don't know who needs to hear this, but you cannot allow endings. Trick you into think that they're actually endings. Hear me out when I say this. Do not allow the illusion of an ending to make you think that that's really the ending. You see, you have to understand the ending is the beginning of the new chapter. What's up, MJ? The end is the beginning of your new chapter. Y'all share this live for me, please. I need all my people right now, especially on TikTok. Y'all go ahead and share this live. My people on Instagram, share this live with 3 people right now. I need y'all to share this live with 3 people right now and just go ahead and comment done. I want to get this message to as many people as I can, baby. Let's get this message to as many people as I can because trust me, I woke up today tired. How you wake up tired? Didn't you just come from rest? How you wake up tired? I woke up tired, right? How many of y'all woke up like I've been feeling energy in my spine? Anybody else feeling that? Like I literally feel the energy in my spine. Is anybody else feeling this intense energy? What's up, Carlo? Like, I feel the energy in my spine. But here's the thing. Let me explain to you why you feel the energy in your spine. Remember, your spine is what represents the Kundalini energy. Your spine is the magic wand of your body. All of enlightenment and all of